Hey everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. Good, calm down. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Flat Earth Digest Live, episode 7. I'm your host, Horry, with the Horry Sheet Show. So, tonight, we've got just maybe about a 40-minute show or whatever. I'm going to run through it kind of swiftly. But I do have some really good nuggets for you guys, and I do want to talk about a couple of things like the Flat Earth International Conference and the first Flat Earth children's book, which I've got a copy of right here. So I'm going to say hi to everybody who has joined us here in the chat, and I know the Facebook is just starting to fill up because I just hit that button, right? So hello everybody in the Facebook. So Kim, how's it going? Arlocus Khalil, Randy, and Jeff. How are you guys? Pat, Langston, what's going on? And everybody in the YouTube. There's Fred Carr, Jose. How you doing? Midi HC, what's up? Good to see you. Yes. Cool. Harmon Walker, you made it. Good. Glad to see you made it. Sorry for the very short notice, though, right? Get on the train. How you doing? Yes. Everybody's here. All right. So first up on the list. And let's see. Enjoy that wrench. Get on the train. All right. First thing up, the Flat Earth International Conference, guys. I want to talk about that. Let me put it on the website for you guys real quick. Shaboom boopy. All right. Let me just copy it into the whatchamadinky up here. Now, this one just passed, what was it? Like, I don't know, earlier in the month. And so a couple things I want to say about it. First up, thanks goes out to Robbie Davidson yet again for an amazing conference. I wish I can go out there to one of the next ones. And I know that there's another one coming up really soon. And where is it? Is it in Denver? If you know where it is, type it in the chat. I didn't get around to all the news, but that is something I wanted to cover and didn't make it quite into this show. But anyway, Robbie Davidson put together this one again, and there was plenty of press there this time too. I don't have the specifics as to who exactly was there in the press and the media, but it was filmed by top tier media, and I know they had some questions to ask. Among the speakers and guest appearances were Rob Skiba from Testing the Globe and Patricia Steer from Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. And you had David Weiss, or DITRH. There's David right there. And also Bob Nodell. He's one of my favorites. There's Bob, like that. Also, let's see, who else was it? There was Ira Landucci. There was Jaron Campanella from Globebuster Show. And of course, you know, Jaron has his own channel called Jaronism as well. And I love it because he ribs on NASA even harder than me. Then you also had Karen B. There's Karen B. Who else? Let me scroll down my notes here as well. I got it all right there on the site, but I wrote a couple of things down too. But anyway, you also, you know, Mark Sargent, he was there. His show is the Enclosed World Show, and I believe that's on Truth Frequency Radio. Also, Daryl Marble was there. Robbie Davidson, of course. He had much to say. And Zen Garcia with the channel Sacred Word Publishing also was there. He had a speaking part as well. Even Flat Earth Man, or Conspiracy Music Guru. Where's he at? You guys know this man right here. Yeah, so a lot of people were there. Let's see, who else? Finally, Nathan Thompson and Dave Murphy as well. So a huge lineup. I wish, like I said, I wish I could have made it there to see everyone, and one day I will, one of these years. And it looks like Robbie's finally releasing the footage of the conference on the Celebrate Truth YouTube channel, bit by bit. So if you want to know what the fuss is about Flat Earth, and you want quite possibly the best proofs that we have, well, what was it, a 2-day event? Go check it out. Go listen to the Globebusters presentation with Iru Landucci and John the Morgile and Jaron, like Bob Nodell, and oh man, go listen to that. And then also Rob Skiba kills it there at the end. Absolutely, you're gonna love that. So all that, go watch it. He's putting up those videos on the channel, and believe me, they shared so many Flat Earth nuggets of truth. You'll probably want to write a lot of that stuff down. And I will say this, Mark Sargent spoke one of the best speeches I've heard him speak yet. In fact, everyone did an excellent job. So everybody should give themselves a pat on the back, for real. Now, another one. This is a video that really had me pretty much on the edge of my seat because I wanted to know what the heck was going to happen in this. But let me pull it up real quick for y'all.
Cool, yeah, that'd be great. I appreciate it.
All right. So, ever had the cops called on you for flat smacking in public? Well, this guy has. We're about to take a look at this. All right. So again, Robbie Davidson pulls through with this one. He posted this on his channel, Celebrate Truth. So anyway, some prude of a lady came up to tell this guy that she was going to call the cops on him for holding his sign and challenged his right to free speech right there in public. Well, just listen to how this guy handled the first two officers while he waited for the chief to show up. This is just epic.
Yeah, no problem. By the way, let me ask you guys a question. You ready? Yeah. Do you know how fast we're spinning right now at the equator?
I don't.
Anybody?
At the equator?
Yeah. They tell us we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour right at this moment on the Earth, right? But that's not where the motion ends. Just since your boss is coming. All right. The sun. Do you know that we orbit around the sun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any idea how fast we circle around the sun? We don't even circle. It's an elliptical pattern.
Okay.
We orbit around the sun at 66,600 miles an hour. But you don't feel that either, right? Nothing yet. But it gets worse.
That's because inertia.
Well,
take you wherever, so you won't really feel it.
Well, it's
like when you're on a bus. If you're going forward on the bus, and you're standing on the bus, you don't really feel the bus moving you forward.
Do you feel it when it speeds up and slows down?
Yeah, with the Earth doesn't speed up.
Yes, it does. You ready? I didn't think so either. I just learned this. But we travel around the sun in an elliptical. We don't travel in a circle. So in that elliptical pattern, you're speeding up and slowing down. You can't be maintaining a constant speed while going in a non-circular fashion. So
yeah, it went a little something like that. So the guy spends like the next 2 minutes or whatever flat smacking passerbyers and the two cops that showed up, and they didn't really know what to tell this guy. He was obviously standing his ground. He was obviously very cordial and polite to everybody around him. So these, at least this young cop here and the other guy, they didn't want to mess with him. So they waited for the chief to come by. Anyway, long story short, the chief didn't really have an issue with it at all. He just, and it just goes to show you how, what you can really do if you know your rights. That's all. So kudos to, I believe it was David, or Zoom Truth as he's known. It's the guy in this video. I love seeing this kind of stuff. I really do. Stand up for your rights, people, or you're going to get walked all over. Trust me. They're going to walk all over you. All right, D Marble's test video. Check this out. Next up, D Marble nails another one into the globe coffin. Another big ol' slap of a nail right into the globe coffin. Hold on a second. I'm using words like slap of a nail. I have to get my mind a little more refreshed. You know what that means. Drink it if you got it. Now, he nails another one into the globe coffin with his 10.3 mile laser test video. He was positioned just 8.5 feet above sea level and looking out about 10 miles away. So check this out. And it's pretty loud, so I think I'm just going to play it a little bit and just kind of read what I have here. But there's the map, basically. Owen Beach to Saltwater State Park, pretty much. Okay. So anyway, he was positioned just 8.5 feet above sea level, looking about 10.3 miles away, and we should have seen about 60 feet of ocean curvature or earth curvature in between point A and point B in this video. And I'll say again, either we are lied to about the size of the earth or it's flat, folks, and we're proving it like this time and time again. Now, this is actually a pretty long laser shot in comparison to several others that we've been doing over the past 2 years or 3 years. But I mean, 10.3 doesn't sound like a big shot right now, but it was a while ago. But now we're looking at stuff, which I'm gonna get into later with infrared. Oh boy. It's somebody's got some splaining to do once you start looking at things with infrared. And clearly this is, you know, this is a laser 10.3 miles away. Like, you're 8.5 feet above sea level, and you could see that. You could probably see it a lot lower. But anyway, moving on. Something to think about, guys. We're not playing. Now, next up, let's talk about how we supposedly know the sun is 93 million miles away, shall we? Well, it came from a guy named Christian Huygens, it seems. And what he did was he made one hell of an assumption. And Anthony Riley from the Sleeping Warrior channel has this little tidbit of information for us. I'm going to let him explain it to you. He's reading straight out of the book of history here. Let's see. Boom. Let him explain it. I gotta have hotkeys for this. One day I will, and I'm a slam dunk it.
Skills. This is where it gets interesting. Nathan, are you paying attention? It says, Huygens wanted to give the sizes of these objects relative to the size of the Earth. We're all right at that bit. We know that they've got parallax scaled.
Now, this whole thing is talking about how we came up with why the sun's 93 million miles away, and this guy was measuring all the stuff with planets and using his own calculations, okay? So that's what you heard maybe a little bit before this, but this is the interesting part, he says.
Now watch what it says. He knew the relative distances, okay, of the planets, but in order to convert his angular measurements into Earth diameters, obviously he would need to know what the Earth diameter was, he needed to find the distance from the Earth to the Sun in Earth diameters. This is where it gets fun. Huygens solved this problem with an assumption. Does anybody know what his assumption was?
Was it radius?
If he supposed that the planet Venus had the same size as Earth, he could calculate the distance in Earth diameters from the measurement of its angular size. So it's all based on a presupposition that Venus is the same size as Earth.
Mic drop.
Awesome.
Mic drop.
Absolutely awesome.
Mic drop. That is a mic drop.
It is a mic drop. So shout out to whoever gave you that information. Make sure you thank them from me personally, because you just debunked your own argument. It was based on a presupposition about the size of Venus being the same size as Earth. Boom, boom.
Guys, if we're basing anything in the scientific world on an assumption like that, based on my findings and studies of the planets of Venus must be the same size as Earth. So, yeah, that makes the sun 93 million miles away. Like, throw me a freaking bone, people. If this is the backbone that our mainstream scientific community is you know, thriving on and shoving down our throats. I mean, they're shoving this stuff down our throats, really. Come on. Something's not right. And you look back in the history books and you see something's not right. I mean, just, what was it, less than 100 years ago, they were still teaching Earth was flat in geography books in, I think, was it Croatia? I got to check up on that episode with Curious J and DITRH, the Flat Earth podcast. And he was like, Curious J was taking a flight somewhere or something, and he was going to flat smack somebody right there on the flight. And she looked at him and she's like, wait, what? You trying to tell me Earth, who thinks Earth is a ball? And he was like, wait, what? He's like, well, they taught me it was flat in school. So he couldn't flat smack that lady, but it goes to show you what's going on here. I mean, newspapers will tell you people were getting arrested less than 500 years ago for teaching heliocentricity. 500 years ago. How long have we been thinking Earth has been a ball? Well, apparently not long. Let's see what else we got for you. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat real quick. Joey Silv made it. A. McKenzie's still here. All the good people here tonight. Glowbusters! What's up, man? What's up, Bob? Curious J replaced by Flat Worth. Was he? I didn't know that. Shadow Honey's here. They teach us this BS, or children. They teach this BS to our children, and if they don't answer to what they teach, they fail. Right. Oh, yeah. Ride 79, how's it going? Flat Earth and Cap. I think it was Jamaica, not Croatia. Was it Jamaica? You could be right. Hey, Harmon. Harmon sent me an email. Brother man, thank you, Harmon. Thank you for that donation, buddy. I appreciate that. Harmon is awesome, guys. He's keeping this going. He's definitely buying the beer. Buying a lot more than the beer, man. Thanks. Flat Earth dude, what's going on? You made it. You did. Where is he? Where's Ace? He's not even in here yet. Ace is so late. Wait till he gets in here. Everybody on Facebook. Buddy Dorman. Victoria, you made it. West Blaze. David Napier, how's it going? Hey, bro. Hey, was Robbie Davidson in there too? Hey, Robbie, what's up, man? You guys go check out Celebrate Truth. And if you're a new Flat Earther, go check out, well, if you're a new Flat Earther or a Christian Flat Earther or both or either, check out Celebrate Truth, this YouTube channel, and of course the Glowbusters channel. If you think Flat Earth is crazy, go look at Glowbusters and watch the past year's worth of shows, and you'll be scratching your head in no time. No time. All right, guys, next up, let's talk about Flatsmacking in Hollywood. The Pancho P channel is doing some awesome street activism. Well, let me take a seat real quick. Let me hop down into the Tesla. All right, guys. It's always good to take the control panel like this. So Flatsmacking in Hollywood, Pancho Pete, you guys got to check out this channel. It's been around for a while. I think they're doing their 670th day or whatever of straight live streaming, and it's just like a casual chat about whatever, but it's flat Earth friendly. So a lot of people come in there. Sometimes we're talking flat Earth. That's how I learned about Comet Lovejoy spews out. What was it? Freaking NASA's website. I later, confirmed that. Ooh, damn it. I later confirmed that there's a comet named Comet Lovejoy spewing out alcohol and sugar all over the galaxy. Isn't that wonderful? And they named it Comet Lovejoy. Thank you, NASA. I just found out that frickin' Uranus smells like rotten eggs. I wish that was a joke, but no. NASA put out some information that Uranus smells like sulfur, hexafluoride, or whatever the hell it is. It's like the smell of rotten egg. So yeah, it's official. Uranus smells like rotten eggs. All right. So let's check out what Pancho Pete's been doing on his show real quick. Let me pull up the link. And this is great, guys. I've been having a blast checking them out and popping in from time to time to talk to all the people that come through talking to the camera. Sometimes I'm in the ISS, and I got to talk to somebody like at least one time. But let's take a look at my favorite highlight from a guy named Flat Top. He said he discovered the flat Earth not too long ago. So here you go. Hold on. Oh no, it's unavailable. No, it's not. No, I just took this from the whatchamadaking. Hold on, let me see if I got something mixed up or whatever. Okay, let me see if they have it on the other channel real quick. All right, I'll just have to do this and hope we can find it. It's like a 4-hour-long broadcast. Let's see if I can just get you to the good parts. Hold on. I know what some of it's been like. No.
Who's making? Where?
Oh, look, right here.
Report more. There should be something above that.
Okay. This is the guy. Let's see if we can get him singing.
Amen. All different.
Let's see. I don't know how long they talked to him or whatever. And I don't know why it's fairly muted. It's not all that great, really. It's just like these are the kind of characters that they're meeting.
Yes, you're using the stream now.
All right, so these are the kind of people that they're meeting out there. They're meeting like singers and dancers and people dressed up as Green Power Rangers and you name it. It's been pretty fun flat smacking some of these people that's been drawing a crowd and checking out. Is it Chris Pontius's model that they have sitting out there? The little sun and moon going around the LED display, like a flat Earth display. Yeah, I won't be able to find it here. I won't spend any more time on that. But literally, I like just pulled up that link like 20 minutes ago. So for whatever reason, they deleted the video. Oh well. But check it out. That one was titled Flat Earth Live, Pancho Pete, the People's Original 24/7 podcast. And it was episode 669. So anyway, there's that channel, Pancho Pete channel, and then there's this other one, the Flat Earth Live, Pancho Pete Tribute Chan Strong. I don't know why they had to name it something crazy like that, but I'll have links in the show notes later on, guys. Now, I did want to mention a video by a scientist with a PhD in spectrophotometry. He created a 15-minute silent video with slides and pictures to illustrate his findings. And hold on. I'll show you guys what it looks like while I read this here. So it's a 15-minute silent video with slides and pictures to illustrate what he was doing as far as long-distance laser and telescope experiments. And I'm not going to play it too long because it's dreadfully boring. I mean, he could have added at least some sort of classical piano in the background, but I'm sure the information is well worth it. So you guys check it out. It's a PhD scientist. The video titled, I think, PhD scientist concludes no curve over 28 miles, England South Coast. So let me see if I can skip to any of the actual like pictures or whatever he might have had in there. It's showing some laser bendy light stuff that we've not seen lasers really do this before. So he's a spectrophotometrist. They study this sort of light bending phenomena. And it's interesting to see what he says, about everything. If you can stomach it, really. Dreadfully boring, but thanks to everybody on the front lines doing this kind of work. I might even like do a read through of it one day or something if I get that bored, just so people can stick with it and hear all the information. All right, now one of my favorite things here. Check this out. Hold on. The lovely Suzanne Borho, the creator of the first Flat Earth children's book. Here it is right here. She has discovered an interesting piece of information, and she put it in a video titled Update on Antarctic Polar Explorer Flight 2018 Canceled. You guys remember this one, over the poles? It seems that the main website for this flight was taken down, and many of us know they weren't planning on letting anyone that boarded that flight do any sort of scientific experimentation. I wonder what the deal is. Have a quick listen to Suzanne and her video here. While she explains her findings right after she attempted to visit the Over the Poles 2018 site to prove that it was offline. Here's Suzanne.
Error. Looks like this domain isn't connected to a website yet. So I searched, okay, Over the Poles 2018. And I got this samchewy.com Polar Explorer 2018, and I clicked on it, and it said page not found. Oops, page not found. Please try using blah blah. So apparently their website is now gone. But so maybe they've decided we're not ready to pull this off. How are they going to do it? I don't remember where they're going to start from or lead from, but I did a Google search. Cities nearest the Antarctic, And now my computer is being really slow. Port Williams, Chile, Melbourne, Australia. However, this other website said depends on what you call a city. Port Williams, Chile. This other guy said the closest city if you're in Australia is Hobart. There's supply ships that leave from here. Closest port from Argentina is Ushuaia. So I looked to see what their latitude and longitude were for both.
So you get the gist. She went on to check, the flights and to see where it was all going, and she can't find the website. They were telling people that you couldn't bring a compass or you couldn't bring like any other instrumentation on the flight. Like, nope. We're just gonna tell you guys that we're flying over the pole, but don't try to measure that shit. Something's fishy about that. And it's not the decapitated penguin behind me. All right. What else do we have here? So what happened to it? Did they switch websites? Did they cancel the whole thing? It's pretty strange. But anyway, go ahead and check out the rest of that video on Suzanne's channel if you want to know. I'll have the link down below. I know a lot of us were really looking into this too. And the book, here is the book. It's called Suzanne Borho's book, Granny Knows the Earth is Round and Flat. I'm waiting for the perfect family night to read it. I can't wait. Just for a sneak peek, I'll go ahead and skim through it so fast, it'll make your eyes thirsty for more. So, that's all you get. That's all you get, guys. I'm not even looking at it. I don't know what's in there yet. That's all I got too. Okay, I'm serious. I'm saving it. It's like a fine chocolate. It's like an expensive chocolate. I'm gonna eat it later on, all in one bite. So anyway, please support Suzanne. She went through a hell of a lot to get this book made for the world. Thanks, Suzanne, for sending me 2 copies. I appreciate that. And you're awesome. Just keep doing what you're doing. She had an illustrator problem. Something looked too much like something else, and one of the publishing companies wouldn't let him keep the book on the website. I don't know, some big deal. But she got it fixed, so she went through the fire and actually did it. Good on her. Next up, how about that infrared stuff? Huh? Yeah, is it the next big thing for Flat Earth? Well, I think so. Well, let me get to stretching the legs here. All right, so, I think so. This infrared is getting big, and Nathan Gonzalez thinks so too, and so does his crew after they went to the Salton Sea and braved the 110-degree heat out there. In this video, they took a mirror there and some infrared that they equipped on some P900s, infrared equipment. So let's have a quick look at what the 2 cameras look like and their setup here. I'm going to pull up the link. Pulling up the link. I'm going to have hotkeys for some intro music for me. It's going to be so good once I figure out all this stuff. Oh, that's good music. Jeez. All right, hold on. So, yeah, let's take a look. What you're about to see here is me fumble around for my controls. There we go. All right. So they were out there in the 110-degree heat. And he's about to show you the 2 different, well, I don't know if I'm going to show you in this particular part of the clip right here, but you can already see what the infrared looks like right there. And I'll just say the experiment was a success, of course, because the Earth is flat, but this one's titled the Salton Sea 3 Mirror and Infrared Observation. It can be found on his channel, Flat Reality Earth Explorer. So let's take a look.
Yeah, I see it. I see it flashing.
Yeah, we can see it with the naked eye.
Let me see if I can zoom in on it.
You get the idea. Thanks for putting that snazzy music on just for my quick trip to the fridge there for another beer. That was entertaining enough music, I hope. But yeah, guys, we're doing this. This infrared stuff is legit, and we're gonna do longer and longer and longer experiments. Just you wait. Mark Horry's words. This is the future of flat Earth, and I want to see how far we could do it. I mean, we're seeing stuff like over 100 miles away right now with stuff. So with this infrared stuff, so it's getting big. All right, now, yeah, here's one 220 miles away. So this here, let me pop up the video. All right, now, is this a 220 mile away mountain? Watch this. You got to tilt your head to the side a little bit here, or whatever. It's coming out of a telescope. But, you know, listen to this video found on Respice Finem's channel titled 220 mile world record flat earth distance footage in infrared. That's the title. I'll skip to the part where he explains what he's using and what he finally sees about a minute later. But is this what he's saying? So, you know, is this really a mountain? Let me see. 2 minutes, 49 seconds. And listen to what he says right about here.
I constructed it. I'm using an Orion CCD camera that I knocked out the filter that it had in there. It had an infrared filter in there that completely blocked out 100% of the infrared and UV. So when I removed it, I was able to use my particular filter that I embedded in the telescope, and it rendered me this image. This gives you the ability to cut through the haze in the atmosphere. Now this is the best I could do with the portable equipment that I had available. I'm sure once other people see this experiment, they will duplicate it and get better results. I think the best imagery is at 950 nanometers. I'm still waiting for that filter to come in, but what you're about to see is unbelievable. I performed this experiment under the worst of conditions. The clouds were heavy, it was muggy, and it was just about to rain. The foundation of science says, put your money where your mouth is. And if you can do an experiment, others can do the same and get the same results.
Bingo.
And I challenge anybody to duplicate this experiment. We are not supposed to see this under any circumstances. You still believe in NASA now? Why has this been kept from you? What you're looking at is Mount Cadillac 220 miles away from Mount Long.
Well, let me finish telling you. Let him finish telling you what you're looking at after all this time. I was going to stop it thinking it passed it up here.
What you're looking at is Mount Cadillac 220 miles away from Mount Wachusett. The video was taken in infrared. I started the video feed at Boston, Massachusetts, and I panned to the left until I reached the correct angle where Mount Cadillac would be.
So yeah, seeing stuff now 220 miles away. It should be hidden under 17,000 feet of curvature. What's it going to take? How round is this ball again? What's going on here, right? So yeah. Now, I've got some highlights from my Flatsmackings that I've been doing in the Tesla, and I think that that this one probably was one of the best ones. It was definitely one of the craziest ones. But just to give you guys a sneak peek of what the hell goes on after hours on the Flatsmackers live channel, after the kids are asleep and all that good stuff. Yeah. I don't even know. I wasn't gonna play this, but it's just freaking hilarious. This was about 31 minutes in. This is right after I got flashed by some Asian woman and her huge knockers. Then we have this guy. I'm just gonna let the video speak for itself. Video 9 on Flatsmackers Live. Great start. Did you know that they were faking pictures of Earth, or at least photoshopping clouds on pictures of Earth? Yeah?
Yeah. I'm a skeptic on a lot of things, actually.
Did you know that when they film themselves doing backflips in the ISS, that they actually get caught on, it has to be they're getting caught on harnesses or something. They're even tugging on wires. The other ones, when one does a backflip, the other ones are reaching and grabbing stuff that, you know, we can't see because it's probably green wires on a green screen. Have you seen that yet?
No, but I'm gonna tell you some really fun information. The whole time I've had this like 8-inch dildo in my ass.
That's fantastic.
It kept a cool conversation the whole time.
Does it vibrate?
It's just really jelly.
Nice. Jesus Christ. I got boob smacked, and now I'm talking to a guy with that 8-inch dildo in his ass. Please don't show it, because I don't want to get a strike. No, I can't. My finger's on the trigger. It gets pretty crazy in the Tesla on the chat roulette. That was a guy on chat roulette, and I suspect that that's not the most awkward thing that's going to happen to me. So make sure you go and subscribe to that channel because it's a mixed bag of craziness. And I just got a whole bunch of videos and like new pictures and stuff that I'm showing to people when I flat smack them. So if you got like a really good like video that doesn't take a whole lot of explanation, it's just bam, look, it's flat. Can't deny that. Like I'm showing like bubbles in space videos and them screwing up backflips and, you know, stuff like that. Photoshop pictures and crazy memes that just destroy the moon landing in like 10 minutes. But anyway, we have fun conversations with people like that, and you ought to check it out. It's really fun. It's effective. I've had tons of people subscribe for me, more so from chat rouletting than making this show anymore. So people are subscribing or getting videos like this, and they're seeing infrared stuff now if they watched my show tonight. And they might even call in. I'm going to open up the lines here in just a little while because I'm at the end of my show notes here. But how about this? The last thing. You like flat earth street activism? I like street activism too. And this was found on the channel John Smith Global Eye, and it's titled Birmingham Reloaded Flat Earth Street Activism 17.3.18. So I guess they taped that in, what is it, March earlier this year. But they just uploaded it. I don't know. This portion of the clip will give you an idea of what they're working with, and they've had several good interaction with people just passing by. So check this out.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
Yeah, that's good stuff. They got you saw the big, huge sign that they have. They have tons of walking traffic. It's good stuff, man. That's what I like to see. And again, John Smith Global Eye channel. You guys go check that out. All right, that concludes the show before the call-ins, right at 50 minutes. It's about what I thought, 45-minute mark. If anybody wants to call in, that number is 504-264-3609. Feel free to talk about the latest Flat Earth proof that you have, anything entertaining, anything about Flat Earth hitting mainstream, anything about Flat Earth at all. If you're a glober, baller, or a troll, I'm pretty quick at hanging up, and I do get a good giggle out of it. So, you know, if you like making me laugh, go ahead, call in. But otherwise, yeah. China Honey, thank you. Yeah, A. McKinsey, definitely. Oh, are you talking about the Flatsmackers Live? Did I do this to you guys again? I forgot to open the Gmail account. So hold on. Call again. Always do this to you guys, huh? I tell you to call in, and then I'm like, oh, nope, hang up, do it again. Oh, my favorite email has a fresh new look. No, thank you, not right now. I hope it doesn't. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Gmail just changed itself, guys. All right. Hey, welcome to the Flat Earth Digest Live, episode 7. You're on with Horry from the Horry Sheet Show. Who's this?
Just Jack.
Just Jack. How's it going, buddy?
How you doing? I finally got my coat in the mail. I profiled it on the Poncho Pete Show, but yeah, I can't wait to try it out, go out in public and flat smack with some authority, I guess.
Yeah, mine's working out pretty good for me. I put it on every now and then when I need a little extra credibility, right?
Absolutely. But I've been flat smacking through the drive-thru. What I typically do is I just pull up to whatever drive-thru I'm going in, and I ask them, hey, have you seen that documentary, 200 Proofs? And I get them all excited, and they're like, no, what's it about? And I said, it's 200 Proofs, you're not on a spinning ball, you got to check it out. I know it sounds like a joke, but it's serious. And they're like, really? And then, like, I tell them, yeah, NASA's been getting paid $50 million a day to lie to us since the 60s, you know? So I've gotten a lot of interest into it, you know, just by introducing it that way. So, you know, everybody's got to drop some seeds, man. Get the word out.
Yeah, you know, I've been on the phone with Jack, and he's done this. I was on the phone with him for an hour the other day, and he did it to like 2 different people. It was hilarious, if not 3 different people. And I'm like, dude, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. 2 drop through 3 people, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love it, man. This is what we have to do. We have to tell people about it, because once you get to the point where, you know, it's flat, you realize how much research you probably had to do to get to that point. So fine-tune whatever your best nuggets are, fine-tune how you say it, and drop them, man. Drop them everywhere you go. Put them on business cards, for real. For real. Just make business cards and plant them. It's going to change the world. You can't run from truth, you know?
And it may come out awkwardly the first time, just like anything else. You know, you just got to do it more and more, and the more often you do it, it'll become more fluid.
Well, you know what? That's how I eased myself into doing this. Like, first of all, you know, everything is going to be awkward at first. I can't name anything that wasn't a little awkward at first, especially when it involves you putting yourself on the spot, testing your own skills, throwing yourself to the fire, however you want to call it. Because, you know, speaking about Flat Earth to a stranger for the very first time, it's going to feel awkward. I don't care. It is. So get over it. But I eased myself.
Yeah, but after a while, it starts becoming awkward and becomes more of a rush.
Oh yeah, it's a rush now. It's totally a rush. But I get, I mean, when I first started getting online on OBS, you know, I didn't even want to put my live Flatsmacking stuff on my main channel for like months. That's why I went to younow.com and I was Flatsmacking on other broadcasts, just testing the waters, and then I got comfortable, and then I started doing that, just my Flatsmackers Live channel by myself, and now I'm broadcasting it all over, and I might do one here on the Horry Sheet Show during a Flat Earth Digest Live episode. Oh, you know, now that I got a lot of practice in, I could totally do that. But
absolutely.
I just
you're getting really good at keeping that screen off just in case. And,
yeah.
And you don't really have to tell us what's going on the other side of the screen. And we appreciate you taking all the many attacks of the naked schlongs being smacked in your face all the time. So we appreciate you taking the hits for us.
All those sweaty man bodies that my eyes have been perversed into viewing.
Now you need some more brainwashing.
Yeah, I'd rather look at the Wicked Witch of the West up here and try to look up her green skirt. No, it's terrible. But anyway, so any interesting news, Jack, that I missed, man? I haven't been as in the loop as I usually am, but what did I miss?
Yeah, no, like everything you hit tonight is basically what I've been looking at. You know, I actually have been binge watching the John Smith Global thing. I think he's got a good system down. But it's a numbers game when they do it the way that they do it, because they introduce it to a lot of people, but they get a lot of ridicule because of it, because you get the mob mentality either for the good or the bad. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing, but as far as numbers go, at least they're definitely getting the word out. And we got a group out here who has been meeting in the northern part of South Carolina. And I met a couple new guys, Caleb and Marty. And Marty actually wants to invest in a couple of lasers so we can do some tests on the east coast of South Carolina, 50-mile stretch with 2 lasers. So it's going to be interesting. It's like, we need to get these groups together. We need to do more experiments. Like Bob says, the preponderance of evidence needs to get out there.
Yep.
And it's going to be so bad that eventually they're just not going to have enough, philosophical, theological, imaginary arguments. It's going to run out.
Right. Just listen to people like Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson try to weasel their way out of a shape of the earth question, or why can't we see this far away question. I mean, they're saying they're still talking about boats going over the curve and the earth being pear-shaped.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I mean, please show me the pear-shaped earth from space, please. Just do it. Just once.
You can tell that, there's these typical responses that shows the indoctrination level, because it's always the same things. It's like, show us the curve, what's on the underside, why would they do it? Like, that's a huge one all the time. Like, why would they do that? Well, who cares? Like, why don't you find out if it's even being done, rather than worrying about why they're doing it in the first place?
I think they have the answer. I think they have the answer to what's underneath. Well, we know what's underneath the ball. It's the South Pole, and all that. But
no, it's even worse. They believe in their 4,000-mile deep, awareness of the core, when they only have that 8-mile hole. So they don't use the hole to check it. They use other methods. Oh yeah, what methods? Because we were on the other day researching how far these sonar equipment go, and it didn't look like it went even 1 mile. So I mean, I think the most we've seen of any equipment going deep is like a 30-mile. So it's insane for anybody to think that they had some specialized equipment to see to the core of the earth. They've just hypothesized. That's all they've done.
And
they got theories.
It's so bad. I was just telling everybody just earlier tonight, it's so bad. Their assumptions and their hypothesizing is so bad that we base the distance the 93 million miles away sun is. We base that on an assumption that Venus was the same size of Earth. So
well, it has to be. It has to be.
Jesus.
Of course it's the same size of Earth. What other size would it be? Come on, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's truly a philosophical, mathematical assumption model. There's nothing in reality in their model. It's ridiculous.
It's all mathematics.
Anyways, I'm going to get off of here and let somebody else call you. I'll talk to you forever. You know me.
All right, Just Jack. You take care, man. And what's your channel? Plug your channel, man. Do you do anything?
Just Jack Flat Earth. I haven't got anything on there. I'm still working on it. I want to make some decent videos.
You're slacking, Jack.
Stay flat, y'all.
Peace out, man.
Love you. Bye.
Love you, man. All right. Good stuff, guys. It's a good guy. If anybody else wants to call in, the lines are still open. Again, the number 504-264-3609. Again, 504-264-3609. I don't know why I did that. Yeah. All right, hip hip Horry. Hey, Daniel Reza, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. Do I have anything interesting to share? Well, screw whatever I might have had to share. Greetings, you're on with the Flat Earth Digest, episode 7. I almost forgot the episode name. Who's speaking?
This is Cappy Trips. It's Captain Rocket Trip.
Oh, Cappy Trips, man. I haven't heard from you in a while. How goes it?
It goes well. It goes well. I wanted to talk about how excited I am to join the Space Force.
Oh, my goodness. Tell us more about that.
Well, can you believe that they're finally going to give us a Space Force? Isn't this exciting? It's the newest thing for us to spend our taxes on. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get the aliens with freaking laser beams. Pew, pew, pew.
I'm excited about that. I hope they let us take selfies up there when we do that.
Yeah. To see the pear-shaped Earth.
Something. I mean, I just want a non-Photoshop picture of Earth. That's all I'm really going for, you know?
Well, I just think it's an atrocity. I think it's pretty absurd. How about that, you guys? They're really wanting us to buy. The vice president's telling us what a threat we have from outer space.
And how much did they want? How much was it that they're trying to get? I know the figures in the...
I don't know. I'm just so excited to join. I can't believe that I get to be in the Space Force.
Well, I think it's like $1 trillion.
I'm going to quit my job. What's that?
Isn't it like $1 trillion or something? Somebody Google that for us. Somebody Google that for us right now. I think it's like 1.3 trillion if I can remember. I mean,
yeah, whatever it is, it's not enough. We're going to need more because there is a huge threat coming from the other side.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the dome. It's going to be hard. I don't know. I just can't believe this whole Space Force thing. Space farce.
Yeah, space farce.
Yeah, it's something else. Just had to throw that out there that it's the next thing that they're going to try to sell us. It's got to be a setup for Project Bluebeam or something. I don't know, but all I know is the Earth is flat.
Yes, thanks for reiterating that, as we all are very well aware of. And it just made me you just gave me a great idea, Cappy. I want to make a channel where I'm just talking about space farce. It's the channel's name Space Farce, and it's all about fake space invasions and why we need everybody to sign up with Space Farce.
Pew, pew, pew.
And I'll have you do the frickin' sound effects. That's perfect.
All right. Okay. Well, hey, enjoying the show. Just wanted to say yo and keep it flat, everybody.
Thanks, Cappy. Have a good night, man.
You too. Talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. Okay, guys. It looks like we still had some callers, so give everybody one more chance to call in. And, I'm waiting for that troll, waiting for that troll. Somebody's going to troll any second now. But now, if you want, go ahead and call in. And that'll be last call right here. Hey, welcome to the Flat Earth Digest Live, episode 7. You're on with the Horry Sheet Show. Who's this?
What's up, Corey? This is Shanna, honey.
Shanna, how you doing, Shanna?
I'm good. I guess, I don't know why, it said something about the Google something, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we were asking how much are they trying to get from us for Space Farce? Do you know?
I do not know.
I want to say it's 1.3 trillion. Let me check the Facebook, see if anybody has answered that question yet. Let's see. I'll put up. It's a good question. I really want to get that figure out here for some of the new listeners because it's a little bit ridiculous. Your tax dollars are going to this, and I'll bring up the chat if anybody wants to answer it. You can answer it here.
Most people don't know how much we're giving to NASA every day. Most people don't even understand that.
Oh yeah. Somebody told me tonight how much they get per hour. Let me see what that was. Hold on.
Well, it's like 53 million a day, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. It was like 2-point-something million an hour. Like, I was like, what? yeah, it's crazy.
You break it down for like, it's just like, because, when they hear a number for like a year, they think, they'll grasp it because people are stupid. not all of us, but most people are really stupid. They just can't grasp these numbers. It doesn't mean nothing to them. They're like, okay, you know, because they hear the budget and they're like, that's what it is, and they don't think nothing about it. Wake up, people. This is a lot of money coming out of all of our pockets.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And
I mean, we can feed the homeless with that kind of money. $52 million a day. Come on.
We could feed the entire world.
Like, let's say if we had to spend $1 million, God forbid it takes $1 million to set up just one frickin' food bank in every state. Let's just take a day, 50 something days, set up $1 million a day in each of these places. Like, come on, let's feed the homeless. Let's stop going to Mars and stop recharging the batteries on the rover. Let's get some people fed. Let's put some people in shelters. Let's feed our veterans, whatever.
There's so many things like that, Horry. Think about all the houses that are vacant, sitting in your town right now. They're just sitting there.
Oh yeah.
And there's like how many homeless people in your town, and there's all those homes that are just sitting there, rotting, and they would lit those houses. You know, when a house becomes vacant, it just falls to the ground. But if somebody lives in it, the house will stand.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's strange. It's strange how, like, if you're not around something, I know you're probably not even really talking about this right now, but if you go away from anything too long, it's gonna, like, I think it decays faster or some shit. I was away for a week, and my burn barrel in the backyard, it just, we were burning stuff in this for like 2 years. We go away for a week and the thing is cracked in half and falling apart, like brittle, and like, what? How does that even work?
I think a person living in a house gives the house life. Like, I don't know how to explain that. I don't know why it works that way. It just does.
Look, Card Sultan says Trump's Space Force called for Congress to issue $8 billion. Let me see what he said. Let me see if I can read the chat. Called for Congress to initially authorize $8 billion for the effort in next year's defense spending bill. Yeah, $8 billion they want for Space Force farce. Jeez.
Okay, I know it's 53 or something like that million. What is 8 billion break down to for a day?
Oh gosh. I don't even know.
I don't have a calculator handy, but
I don't know.
Wow.
That's a year. They wanted $8 billion in a year. He says, Card Sultan.
I don't
Thanks
even
for
think
that.
I can type 8 billion on my calculator.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit on the screen. Oh man.
That's nuts. Man, I wanted to ask you. I have a couple of things I wanted to ask you.
Uh-oh. What you got? No, go ahead.
Okay. First off, because I know because you do the digest, you watch a ton of different people's videos and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think about the people pitting against each other in flat Earth?
Oh, well, good question. Very good question. I like answering this question because my perception of this is that a lot of people that are attacking and name calling and whatever, the people who are shill calling, that's what I call it, shill calling. A lot of them are overprotective of the movement, and the rest of them, their egos have gone through the roof. Their ego has just expanded and expanded and expanded until it popped, and now everyone else is just not as good as them, and however they need to try to get that message out, they're going to do it, including calling, calling people names and saying that they're something that they're not, or doing something that they're not really doing, or just general shit stirring, if you know what I mean. Like, it's the only time I've ever, the only time I've ever had anything negative to say about people is if, like, somebody has personally screwed me over, like IPS. I have no shame. I'll talk about that slimy bastard any kind of way I want. But everyone else, you know, I'm just like, I don't talk about so and so or so and so or so and so because this and this, and I let it go. Like, these are things you can look at, and these are things you can like them or not like them for. But me personally, I just try to talk about the people that are doing good for the movement and that don't have an egotistical show calling mindset. And I've had to stop talking about a lot of people that I used to watch in the past. I've stopped watching several channels I used to enjoy watching because once you see that about somebody, I don't know, I can't even like listen to their voice anymore. I just can't, much less make a show about them, you know?
What it's like, can y'all not just let your, you know, your differences, let truth come to truth, light, you know? Let it go, whatever y'all have against each other, people, because you're just driving people away is all they're doing, in my opinion.
I don't know. Some of these people have gained a cult following because of this like mentality of they're hot shit and everybody else stinks but them. And I mean, like they have a cult following. Look at people. I'm gonna drop a name, Dell from Beyond the Imaginary Curve. I went to his channel to thank him for his incredible activism that he's been doing for 3 years that I've been watching and covering. And I was treated like I have sponsors paying me to do this show right now. His mods banned me from the chat after I went in there and about 30 people were like, "Hey, Horry Sheet Show, how you doing?" And I was typing hi to like 30 people now. And I mean, I had like 2 big messages because I had to type everybody hi, and I got banned for spam, you know. And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I get on my alt channel, and I'm like, "Why am I banned?" And I got banned again. So like, and then I disguised myself because Horry's a nerd, and I get on a 3rd channel, and I got in the back room where they I didn't know this dude's actually got his mods pre-screening whoever is to come on the actual show. So now I'm in the back room, and they figure out it's me because I mean, I'm in the freaking news studio, right? And he's like, they're both dogging me like I'm the biggest piece of crap because they said, "Oh, who's paying you, huh? How much money do you make to do this, huh? How much? Who's sponsoring you?" And I'm like, "Dude, y'all really think that? I mean, really?" And they were like, "Yeah, we know what we're talking about." And I'm like, "Dude, y'all are so off base. I just came here to say thanks to Dell. But this is really funny." And I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, can I not even like explain to you how I got here? And I was telling them about Fiverr and about all the videos on my channel. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at a webcam I started my whole business on. If it wasn't for that $20 webcam I'm literally pointing at right now, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. Like, I used my brain to get here, and these guys were so jealous. They think people are sponsoring my show. Now, I got sponsors. People like you and Midi HC and Flat Earth Dude and Harmon Walker is my VIP sponsor. Yeah, they're my sponsors, guys. You guys.
And people, I try to watch everybody's like commercials because I know that if people actually watch the commercials, you get paid more by that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that helps.
You know, most people I don't think know that. But
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, people watch the commercials. I mean, I don't watch the ones that are like 5 minutes long, but
right,
because I have limited data on my phone.
Oh yeah, well.
But anyway, I do watch the shorter commercials. Anyway, that's not the point. You know, I was just curious what you thought about that. You know, but then I also wanted to ask you what you think about why do people. I think this is a discredit to Flat Earth when there are Flat Earthers making videos about the moon and how it's impossible for that shadow to be on the moon.
Oh, there's no way.
It's a globe.
Oh, yeah, right.
And if it's a globe, it's not actually impossible for that to happen. We need to come to an understanding that is possible if it was a globe. And if you're an artist, you understand this. So we kind of need to stay away from that argument because it sounds stupid.
There's a lot of problems. Oh, no, there's a lot of problems. I'm going to show you a picture. Can you still see what's going on?
No, I can't because I'm on the phone.
Well, I'm going to show everybody this.
I think I could. I'll try to go back.
So I'm going to tell everybody this right now. I'm explaining to you. I'm showing them the lunar module. And this is a meme. This is the astronauts stepping off the lunar module on the moon. And the meme says it's 2018 and nobody knows the cameraman's name yet. So yeah, we got this beautiful picture of the guy. We were told it's his first steps off the lunar module, but like, what? Well, who went and put the damn camera there first and got a great shot of this? Because I mean, it's a perfectly lined up shot and everything. We don't actually have that footage of them taking their first steps on the moon. If this is what we get, another thing we get is this guy's space helmet right here. He's facing away from the Earth, and we could see a good bit of the Earth in his helmet. I find that a little bit interesting. Also, the quality of film in 1968 versus the quality of film 30 years before that is drastically different. The film in 1938 that we saw on TV looks a hell of a lot better than 30 years later, our film of the lunar module on the moon. So how do you mess that up? If you could see the pictures right now, you'd be like, oh my God. And then you were talking about shadows on the moon. So which way is the sun coming from? If Earth is lit up completely, that must mean the sun's behind the cameraman. But what about that shadow on the rock going from left to right? What's happening there? There's just a lot of problems with what we've been given. It depends, what you want to look at.
This is super great, Horry. This is not what I was talking about, but that is all true. That is all so obvious to me. And it should be to everybody, the shadows on the moon being all wrong. I'm talking about when we look at the moon from here, from your backyard. There are a lot of flat earthers making videos saying, why is the Terminator straight? A straight line. Well, if you had a basketball and you shined a light over here and you walked around it, you would find lines like that. It is very possible for those shadows to be on the moon like that on a globe. And it's also very possible on a flat earth. If, anyway.
Well,
I just wanted to put that out there is that that's not a good point. I don't like that one.
No.
Work on.
The thing about it, we don't know what the moon is. Artists will tell you, like really, detailed, hyper-realistic painter type artists, masters of perspective will tell you there's no hotspot on the moon. There's no hotspot on the moon. If something is spherical and there's a light shining on it, there's going to be a hotspot emanating in that spot. And the moon has shown us that it seems to give off its own light. It shows us that it gives off a cooler light. We could measure this. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing about what we are told about the moon makes any sense if we just naturally observe it in several different ways under a lot of scrutiny, under an artist's perspective scrutiny, under measuring its light scrutiny, as far as like, well, if it's reflecting hot sunlight, it should be reflecting some warmth, but no, it's reflecting cold. So what? Yeah.
I would agree with you pretty much most of that, because I do think that the moon is giving off sunlight. It has nothing to do with the sun at all. Nothing. Oh, and oh my goodness. Also, I wanted to ask you, I can't remember the channel's name, but it was hilarious, and I think you would love it. And if I can find it, I will post it in the chat here for you. But it was a guy imposing his mouth and eyes on Alex Jones. Went on a funny, horrible rant the other day. Did you see that? And he went over the top and beyond about what Alex Jones might talk about, but it was like so over the top about like aliens coming and implanting jelly bean things in our butts, but don't go to the doctor because they can't find it.
Oh God.
And, it was hilarious. Oh, I'm gonna post it for you.
I got some stuff. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, well, he was like, this lady asked me in the store, what could a woodchuck chuck in for woodchuck chuck wood? And I said to her, have you done your analysis?
That's Alex Jones.
That was my best Alex Jones. Sorry.
That was Alex Jones. I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. I've listened to him for 2 years.
I'm going to post it for you. It was so funny.
Put it in the chat. If you don't have a wrench, let me know. I'll get you a wrench. But how All right. I think it's a good time for me to end it. Do you want to say anything else? Give a good plug or anything? Shout out, Shanna?
Just keep on trucking, you guys. Don't give up with the trees. The trees will set us free eventually.
Yes, it is. It will. And I trust that you're subbed up to the Flatsmackers live channel for the after hours Flatsmacking.
If it's on YouTube.
It sure is. It's on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Periscope. You can't miss it.
I don't do any of that other stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to the Flatsmacking though.
All right. Because I'm pretty much going to end it here and do a Flatsmack because it's still early.
Okay.
So.
Hold in there, just check because I want to post it in your back chat. I'm hanging up.
I'll be here for a minute. Go ahead, and I'll end the show. Okay. Thanks for calling in.
See you later, man.
All right, bye. All right, cool. Let me get back in the Tesla. Oh wait, not the Tesla. I'm gonna finish it off here in the ISS for just a minute. This is another favorite of mine. So yeah, guys. You know, it's becoming a big thing now. Anywhere you go, people have already heard about it. I'm on chat roulette, and people have heard about Flat Earth every single time I've asked. Maybe, okay, so let's say at least 7 out of 10 people have heard about it. So it means it's getting around. But when you got people like me, or if you have been in the Flat Earth movement for a few years now, you know, you're gonna be able to say, you're gonna be able to plant a lot of seeds. So now that people are warming up to the idea, or they've heard it, or maybe some of them are just on the fence about it, start talking about it. That's all we can do. And I'm gonna say hi to everybody in the chat. Go ahead and check out the link that Shanna posted. Giving her some time to post it. I'm just kind of bullshitting here. Rob McKenzie, I'm off to work soon. This guy was taking Flat Earth in 2007, talking Flat Earth in 2007. Mm-hmm. Who are you talking about, Armin? I need to get in the car, man. Like, it's killing my knees. The ISS must really hurt the astronauts' knees. Huh.
Oh,
right,
I never hung up. Sorry, Horry.
Oh, she's still on. Look, I didn't even know you were still on. All right, I got the tab now. I'm closing it out now. Look, oh, that's creepy. Like, oh, you know, you ever get that feeling somebody's still listening, but you don't know? Well, I thought she long hung up. It's funny. Victoria, thanks for sticking around. Travis, everybody on Facebook, much love to y'all. Yeah, it lasted about an hour. That's pretty much all I got. Did you get your link through? I trust that Shanna got her link through. There it is. All right, so everybody check it out. If you're in the YouTube chat, she wanted to get that out. All right, guys, let's see. What else is coming down the pipeline? I'm going to do a Flatsmack soon enough. You know, I'm going to go ahead and do another one. So go to the Flatsmackers live channel and prepare yourself, because in 10 minutes, I'm going to do 1 or 2 good Flatsmacks. Or maybe they're going to be terrible. I might get a physics student and look like an ass or something. Like, who knows? You just never know. But it's always pretty fun, and it's always pretty creepy. I'll give you that too. If I can figure out a way to broadcast it in a way that like you all can see what I'm seeing, like without me caring at all, I think you'd all get a kick out of it, because you see my reactions, but you don't see what I'm actually seeing. All right, guys, much love, and you know what I say. Drink it if you got it. Support this channel if you can. And I'm here to wake people up. Who's with me? Much love. Peace out.